hello, Princess Trium. Is that how you
Hi.
pronounce it?
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. So how you doing? Like, how has quarantine affected your creative output?
Actually, very good because I had more time to thinking about my artwork and
Yeah,
produce music and thinking about the future.
nice, nice. So I first met you at an event that you set up at your university because
Yeah.
a mutual friend of ours was performing, like you had booked him to perform. And I'm just
hmm
curious, how was this first experience setting up an event and what are your
Um,
plans for Blackout Events, which is like your events
ac-
company?
Actually, that was my first experience in London to
Mm,
organize an event.
I see.
But if I have to be honest with you, it was really, really difficult because
Yeah,
that time I didn't had a team. And
yeah,
we all know that if you want to put on an event like that, you need a team.
definitely.
It was difficult because I had to book the venue, so send a lot of emails,
Yeah,
book the artist, and of course I was giving 100%, and I wanted the artist to give their 100%. That's why, like, at one point I was engaging with the artist, but I also had to cut some artists because they were giving me
mm,
too much attitude, and
yeah,
it's something that I don't like, especially in the music industry. And if you
definitely,
want to get somewhere, I feel that you don't need to show that attitude, because at that
definitely.
time I was creating an event to promote other artists, underground artists that don't have the opportunity to get out there.
Mm,
Like, I've been to a lot of events this year and the last year, because I love to go music events in general. And what I've seen is that all these events, they always have the same artists,
mm,
same same list of DJs, and I wanted to create something different. I wanted to give opportunities to people, underground artists that are not heard outside, are still not discovered.
yeah,
So it was really difficult also to book the equipment, and also to do the promotion online. I was helped also by the artist for that, but at the end it was really difficult if I have to be honest with you. And I'm planning for the future to expect, like, we hope that the COVID situation will calm down,
definitely.
and we know that definitely will go away, but I hope that they will find a solution for it. And if they're going to find a solution, hopefully I'm going to do more events, monthly events. And I
Nice.
already have a list of artists, and I also would like to collaborate with other promoters.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
like to put on a team.
yeah, definitely. Nice, nice. I'm excited to see like how these future events transpire when we are finally
Yeah,
allowed to like be
yeah.
back and do like live, like large gatherings of that.
I'm actually
So I'm
excited
interested.
about that.
Mm. I'm interested in like what first inspired you to start getting into music and like around what age was this? Because you were born in Italy, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Basically, I was like, okay, I was always passionate about music. I love music. My mom was always playing, I don't know, the VHS cassette. I don't know if you guys know what it is, but she was always playing music,
Mm,
Marvin Gaye, ABBA, all this type of music. And one day she came back with the Amy Winehouse disc. It was the first album, and I really loved the voice. And so I started singing. And at one point, I showed my skill to my auntie, which was the choir leader of our church.
mm,
And she was like, "You girls." I was with my cousin, and she was like, "You girls definitely have to sing in church." So I started singing in church, and I loved it. But at one point, I was feeling that that wasn't my place.
yeah.
I was feeling that that was my place because I was always being judged by the way I was dressed, by the way, because I still remember the first day I went in church with blue hair. Like,
Yeah.
all the aunties turned back and they were like, "What is going on?" And I was like, okay, probably this is not the place for me. So I started looking in Italy. We have a lot of singing contest show, and
Mm,
I've been in contact with one of the finalists of X Factor from Italy. His name is Davide Papasidero, and he introduced me in one of his shows.
mm,
And that was really amazing. I met a lot of managers and other artists, and I started hanging out around with other managers that they wanted to manage me.
mm,
But at one point, I was like, that wasn't my place neither, because this manager wanted to turn me into the female version, the Italian female version of Nicki Minaj, you know. And I was like,
Oh, I see.
yeah, I was like, I want to be myself, you know.
Yeah,
Like I want to express myself. I want to express my art, right? I'm not that type of artist, and
yeah.
I would never want to be that type of artist, you know.
Mm.
So yeah, it was really difficult, you know, because I've been in different environments. And I still remember the first time that I produced my single and I performed in front of like 800 people. I was like 900 people.
Well,
And
how old were
people
you?
love. I think I was 17. Yes, I was
Mm.
17. And people really loved that track. Like I didn't even release that track on on SoundCloud. Yes, because we
Mm.
had SoundCloud at that time.
Yeah,
But people recorded the track and they were playing, like while I was going to school, people were playing that track. I was like listening to people playing and singing that track back, and I was like, this could
yo,
actually take me somewhere, you know.
mm,
So yeah, that's where all my passion for music came out.
nice, nice. So, like, when you were beginning to make music, was it hard? Like, did you ever lose motivation, or you've got such a you got passion for it in your way, but like, no matter what, you were just always striving.
If I have to be honest with you, like I still remember the first contest that I had, it was a total disaster.
Mm.
I went there and I was singing Alicia Keys, that's what
Yeah,
some people wanna know. And oh my gosh, that was a disaster. And after that show, I was like, I don't want to sing again. I was
yeah,
like, I want to take a break, but I was I was okay. I wanted to take a break, but I wanted to take a break to be a better version of myself. So when I come back, people will be like shocked by the way I turn and the way I grew up, you know. So yeah, I took a break like
nice.
around like 1 year,
Mm.
and that was a
From
hard
what age
decision.
to what age did you take that break? Just
I
for context.
was 14. I was
Yeah.
14. I was 14. And of course, like I even had like other experience where of course you're in the music industry and you're gonna get a lot of no's, you know, and you're gonna get
Mm.
yes and a lot of no's. But I never gave up because I was like, okay, one thing is that if people tell me that I cannot do something, I'm gonna put like 110% and I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that thing, you know. So I started working on myself, and I feel that it's a blessing, all the notes that I take, because they help me to become a better version of myself, you know.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely. Like just from looking at your Instagram bio, I can tell you're a
Mm.
multifaceted artist and individual. It includes a
Yeah,
singer, producer, manager, techno poet, DJ. So like, I'm
yeah.
just interested in like which ones do you enjoy more? Which ones do you prioritize, or do they just all come together nicely?
You know, like I passionate about art, so like
Mm,
music is not only the thing that I do. I also love drawing. I love
yeah,
reading. I love writing poetry, but
love this.
you know what, like university, while I was studying music production, actually I was studying performance. I
Yeah,
had some of the lecture that they were telling me like, oh, you can only be one, so you choose, or you're gonna do be a singer, or you're gonna do be a
really.
producer. Yes, and I was like, no, I'm gonna be who I wanna be. So if I like doing production, I'm gonna go for production. If I like to manage people, I'm gonna go for that.
Mm,
um so yeah, I'm multitasking, you know. And
yeah,
I love
yeah,
it.
definitely.
I love it. I feel like
And oh, carry on, please.
I feel like it's especially if you're in this industry, it's good to be multitasking, you know. Because
Definitely,
especially if
definitely.
you're at the beginning stage, because you're not gonna get like always people would not gonna help you always, you know. Like you need to start. You need to start. If you don't start, people won't follow you, you know.
Mm. Also, I'm just curious, what do you mean when you call yourself a techno poet? Like, I can kind of work it out, but I want to get the proper definition from the techno poet
So
yourself.
basically, I started like, okay, while I was in Italy, I used to go
Mm.
to a lot of raves,
Yeah,
techno raves, right?
yeah,
And at one point, we were with my friend, and we also used to do like a lot of house parties, like book house and do house parties there, you know.
mm.
And we always used to play techno at one point. And I still remember one day while we were like dancing and doing our own thing, I was drunk, but I started rapping on it. I was like, I
Mm.
was having some lyrics and I started rapping on a techno beat.
Oh
And I was
wow.
like, this can actually be something. I was actually doing the MC, and all my friends, they were gassed. They were like, oh my gosh, this is so sick. And when I produced and released Freak, I don't know if you ever heard about the
Yeah, I've
tune.
heard Freak. I was listening to it earlier on SoundCloud.
Basically that give me like, that makes me, that single make me understand like what I really am, which is a techno
Mm.
poet. And
Mm.
what and the reason I call myself techno poet, I'm not calling myself rapper. One, because I'm not good with freestyle, and
Mm.
I don't consider myself actually a rapper. I consider myself actually a poet, because what I really talk about is not like, you know, these rappers that they always talk about money, money, girls, hoes, like the way they call them. I don't
Yeah.
like to talk about these topics. I like to talk about stuff that I've been going through, because I feel that music is actually, it's like, music is really important. With music you can condition people, you know, like you can send out vibes, good vibes and wrong vibes. So that's why it's really important, the music that we listen to, right? And that's why
Mm.
for me it's important to give out a good message. And that's why I call myself techno poet, right? Because I like to do like techno beats and rap on it. But actually it's not rap on it, because it's like more poetry, you know.
Nice, nice. So it's almost like an alternative to calling yourself a rapper, like
Yeah,
a like an evolution or like something more specific to what you think you bring to the table, like
yeah,
something that
yeah, it's
represents
something more
you.
specific.
Techno power, I really like that.
Thank
Also,
you.
like going back to your other aspects, you've DJ'd for like Keep Hush. So I'm just
Yeah.
wondering like how that came about. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Keep Hush are like some of the best event organizers in the London scene, I'd say. So like it's very cool that you DJ'd for them. Like, how did you set that up?
Yeah, you know, like if you're an artist, it's
Mm.
really important to have to connect with people. It's
Network.
really important. Network,
Yeah.
going out, going to events, talk with people is really important. So I've been invited from one of my friends. She's a DJ, Vanessa Maria. I advise you guys to check her mix on SoundCloud. She's really
For sure.
amazing.
We'll put her link in the bio.
Yeah, of course, I'm going to send you the link. But yeah, she invited me to NTS Radio.
Mm. Oh yeah,
Um, I don't know if you know NTS Radio. I
yeah.
know that, like, I think that you know that. And there I met this awesome DJ. Her name is DJ Frisbee. I've asked you guys to check her on SoundCloud. She's really amazing. Her mix, like, will help you during quarantine if you have to do all your stuff. Like, you can play her
Mm.
mix during the quarantine. And yeah, I sent her some links and she really loved my music, and she started to
Nice.
follow me on SoundCloud. And she was like, I really want you to DJ. One day she sent me a message on Instagram. She was like, I really want you to DJ this event for Keep House. And I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you asking me to DJ at Keep Hush? Of course, I say yes, yes. And one of the reasons I really accepted that is because we were helping this association called AKT. And I was like, yeah, of course. I really love to do like charity events.
Mm.
And because I'm feeling that I'm helping other people, you know. And I
Definitely.
feel that music is not only about getting money, but it's also helping people out.
Mm. Nice, nice. So you would say that you go about DJing gigs just from networking, really?
I go there to listen to me. Okay, the reason is like I go to gigs to listen
Mm.
to music because I'm
Yeah,
really passionate about music. Not only music, like trap music. Like, I don't like to go to gigs where they only play like commercial music. We know all know about commercial music. I go to gigs because I want to hear something different, you know. And if I'm really attracted to what the DJ or to what the artist is playing, of
yeah.
course I'm gonna, at the end of the show, I'm gonna go there and network with them and be
I
like,
see.
hey, I
Yeah.
really love your music. I really love the way you DJ and everything. And I really love like the choice of your music, how you choose your music, and blah blah blah.
Nice, nice. So, is there any other like DJs that like inspired you with your DJing, or do you just DJ from your music like you hear and like?
Um, okay, so basically, like, I come from Italy, right?
Yeah,
In Italy, like we have a lot of clubs, but all these clubs that always playing the same music, say
yeah.
like since the 90s, they always play the same music,
What
like
kind of
hip
music is
hop.
it?
They play hip hop, reggaeton, and now they started playing some trap music.
Okay.
And Afrobeat, like Afrobeat, of course, they're gonna play bang
Yeah.
Afrobeat. But when I came here to London, like I saw that people they were actually playing different stuff, and I was so
Mm,
attracted for me. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this sound? So I
mm,
started doing some research, going around, and and yeah, I found so many DJs that really inspired me to do what I'm doing today. Like being the production side, especially on the production side, because I love to play my edits. You
mm.
know, and yeah, like I was so attracted by the sound, the London sound, the London underground sound, because we have a lot of clubs in London.
Yeah. So, well, where do you think it is that you think of most of your creative ideas, and where do you record them? Like I can see right now you're in front of a mic. So is it like a
Yeah.
whole new setup or?
Okay, before I was obsessed in going to a studio and recording the studio. But at
Mm,
one point I was like in the studio and I was feeling like trapped. And I was
yeah,
like, this is not the right place to record. So sometimes what I do is like, if I can't find the ideas, I go for a walk.
yeah,
I love to be surrounded by nature and
yeah,
and and do also meditation, guys. Meditation really helps.
hundred
Um,
percent.
and yes, when I'm surrounded by nature, that is there where I get all the ideas.
I
And then when
see.
I get home, I try to find a comfortable place, put some candle, get a glass of wine, do my own thing, and that is where the magic starts.
Nice, nice. How does the wine here compare to the wine in Italy? They say Italy is better.
But of course, there's no comparison. Of course, guys, like I'm really passionate about wine. Like I love
Mm.
wine. I can tell you which one is a good wine. Like if you show me a bottle, I can tell you that bottle is nice. If that bottle is not nice, like I know everything. I even went to like a place where they teach you like how to smell the wine and hear like
Wow.
all these like roughly things. So I
So,
was like, yeah, that was dope. But Italian wine is different from the wine that they sell.
yeah,
I
I can
thought that
imagine.
here they're selling like water, like even the drinks that they give you in clubs is like
Mm.
water. Like if you go in Italy, they give you proper
Yeah,
drinks. Sorry
yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, so in terms of Italy and like London, how has your artistry changed since like moving here? Has like London been a place for inspiration, or do you feel more inspired in Italy, or they both have like different ways of inspiring you?
Um. Okay, so that's a good question. Okay, so I came here in 2012 first.
Yeah,
And I really love London as a city. I was feeling that here I could get more opportunities.
mm,
And moving to London was the best thing I could have ever done in my own life because
yeah,
it really helped me. Like people here are so different. You can be wherever you want to be. And I was having that freedom. For me, it's really important to have freedom, freedom to do my own thing, freedom to produce my own stuff, freedom. I need freedom, freedom
yeah,
in general. And in Italy, I wasn't having that freedom. In Italy, it's more like if you want to study music, you're gonna start from classical music. That's the only thing
yeah,
you're gonna do. If you want to do like create your own band, you only have rock band or India band, and that's the only thing
yeah,
that you're gonna have. Like if you want to produce music now, like we have more trappers, but even trap music, oh my gosh, it's the same thing over and over again.
yeah,
While here is like you can create whatever you want and still have like followers, people that enjoy your music and people that won't judge your music in the same way that they judge in Italy.
mm. So, from what you're saying, I'm like kind of getting that you mean that the English music seems a bit more open to different sounds and stuff.
Yes, of course. Yes,
Mm.
it really is. I know that in Italy they're trying, but I feel that they still need to grow a lot, under these aspects.
Okay, okay. So, is that part of the reason why you chose to move to London? You were actively thinking like, oh, if I move to London, I'll have more opportunities for like making the music I want to make.
Um, yeah, and I was also feeling that I needed to change area, like I needed to change, definitely, because in Italy it's okay, you still have your friends, you still have your group of people, we like you can create with your group of people, but I needed to explore, like I needed to go in different places, to grow up and to create my own music, That's why I'm also feeling that
Yeah,
London will only be my only place. Probably I will move to London later on because I need
yeah,
to discover, I need to have a new experience, Yeah, like in Italy, like the situation is really, really different. And I don't want to say like racist is the big word, right?
yeah.
But there's still that type of situation, so it's difficult for you to move on, especially if you're black, and
Yeah,
if you're like if you dress in a certain way and differently. Like I used to go, okay, because I used to represent the students in my school. Always used to get like teachers coming on me and be like, oh, you need to dress differently because people are
mm,
following you. Oh, you need to do this because people are following you. And I was like, that's great, because I want people to be themselves. Like,
mm,
guys, be yourself.
definitely.
And so moving to London was a tough decision, but I had to do that,
I
and because I wanted to grow up as a person and have a different view from things.
Nice to hear you. That's good. So
Hmm.
in Italy, do you think like musically as well, being like a black person in that country would kind of hold you back with certain opportunities, like because
Mm,
of, as you mentioned, racism?
yeah, definitely. Like only from 2019 we started having black artists,
Really? So
performing. But
very,
all these artists are, especially like a lot of them artists are trappers,
yeah,
people that do trap music. So I kind of feel like, because trap is not Italian, it's from America. I feel it's from America, but it's
yeah,
like
definitely.
like yeah, it's
Mm,
more American side, um but we don't have like major artists that are black in
yeah,
Italy,
it's more
and
underground.
yeah, exactly, and even because we have a lot of contests, like people start their own career from contests by going contests. We have
I see.
Amici, which is a big program, a big show, and I think
So these are some of the contests you were involved in.
no, black people are not involved in this
Oh, I
contest
see.
either.
So the stuff you would do
Like,
is completely separate. While
yeah,
like,
it's something
yeah,
really separate. Like only now, like in 2020, 2019, we started having like
wow.
black people are more involved in contests, in this type of contest. But like it's really hard to see like black artists in this contest or black artists succeeding in Italy,
I
and
feel
if they
you.
succeed, it's only going to be like for a small amount of periods, just like 1 year, and after 1 year you won't hear about them again,
Damn, that's a
Mhm.
pity. I hope
Yeah,
like that changes over time, and I can
yeah.
really understand where you're coming from, like wanting to be in London. And I
Hmm.
guess just purely from having more opportunities, London
Yeah.
has been inspiring for you in that sense.
Hmm. And one thing that I wanted to say is
Mhm.
like I really feel sorry for these artists that started their career in Italy, because
Yeah,
I feel that they want to be accepted by the community, the Italian community, right? So a lot of them, they start by singing in Italian and then they move
yeah,
on by singing in English, because they feel
yeah,
that if they're gonna sing in English, they're gonna be more accepted. And that makes you feel like, that makes you see how is the situation, how is moving on the situation, that you feel like black artists, they cannot sing in Italian, right?
yeah.
Hmm. So
No.
it's really tough, it's really tough.
So like, is it a big conversation in Italy about like almost it sounds like segregation of music, not like pure segregation, but in the sense that like black artists will get treated differently. Like, are people talking about it which aren't black, or it's kind of like,
No.
mm,
Actually, no, no, no. The situation like there is really, it's like, as I say, it's different. Like people that are not talking about this thing. That's why I'm feeling that. Like that's why I started integrating Italian inside my music,
I
because I
see,
want to put out that message that I still remember where I'm from, and I'm
yeah,
gonna show you that I can be wherever I want to be. Even if I'm black or even
yeah,
if I'm different from you guys.
that's a powerful.
But yeah, yeah, I feel that artists, black, especially black artists, need to talk more about it. But it's not easy. It's not easy, especially because also about the immigrant situation. So Italians are really taking this thing seriously, like not helping them, or like I don't even want to talk about it right now because it's
Yeah,
really strong as a situation, and it really touched me
mm,
because I feel like how humans can treat other people like this way. And even like careers in Italy, like it's difficult for you to see like a black guy, like even driving a bus. You will never see a
really,
black. You will never, if you go to Italy, you will never see a black guy driving a bus. You will never see a black guy being a doctor. And one thing
wow,
I'm saying is that a lot of immigrants that are coming are doctors, are nurse,
mm,
but they're not doing that type of job. They're probably working like taking like vegetables like in camps, and
yeah,
and that's like a critical situation. Like I feel that
definitely,
they should integrate it more, like black people in the society by doing doctors and all this stuff.
I hear you.
Hmm.
So I guess like part of your long-term goals as an artist is to like help break down those barriers in Italy as it is your like the country you're
um
in.
Not
Or
only in Italy but
not
in
in Italy, yeah.
general, like I'll try to touch different topics.
Mm,
um because I try to touch different topics that touch me. So if like I don't want to, like, I will also always protect people that need help. And I will always try to send a message out there to change the situation. Hopefully I will hope to change the situation or to change the view from for certain people.
yeah,
And that's why I'm saying that music is a powerful tool. Like it's really important what you're listening to.
yeah, for sure. So like in terms of integrating Italian into your music, when you were
Hmm.
performing in Italy for like the contest that you were allowed to perform in, was that in English or Italian or
Exactly. That was in English. Like
yeah,
everything was in English.
yeah,
Just once they asked me to write a rap in Italian. I always feel limited. Like I was always feeling limited. Like while I was there and I was doing contests. Because they were giving me like Nicki Minaj songs. I love Nicki,
mm,
but
yeah.
guys,
I've
please.
seen Nicki's in some of your DJ mixes. Like I've heard Nicki, Cardi.
Yes, Cardi B, and yeah, like as I say, like especially for DJs, like I know that people go there to have a good time. So I
Mm,
know that I have to play songs for people to have a good time, and to send
right,
like positive vibes. I love to be surrounded by positive vibes.
definitely.
So yeah, I try to do edits that are positive,
Mm,
and I feel that people will enjoy,
yeah,
from it. Yeah.
nice, nice. So like so far, all of your songs have been self-released, mostly on SoundCloud. At the
Mm-hmm.
moment, it's only like one on Spotify, right?
Actually, I have other songs on Spotify, under the name of Princess Trium with the dollar sign.
Oh, I
Um,
see. I was trying to find
yeah,
them. Yeah.
yeah. So I found like there was a problem basically that a lot of people when they're typing in my name, they're
Mm.
typing in my name without the dollar sign. So I changed everything with Princess Trium
Ah,
without the dollar sign,
I
just to
see.
make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm planning, like, the thing is about, okay, I love SoundCloud because gives you more
Mm,
freedom for
mm.
artists to produce their own music, while Spotify is very detailed. it's very commercial, and you need to
Yeah.
have that sound. But I'm trying to put that sound, like my own sounds from SoundCloud, and be more like free, like freedom. I'm
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to put that sound into Spotify. So very soon you guys gonna have new songs.
Nice. Nice.
Hopefully a mixtape, guys. But I'm still thinking about it, about the promotion.
Mm. So
Mhm.
like all your songs that you have released so far, whether it be on Spotify and SoundCloud, have been like independently released. And you've like mentioned to me having a manager. So it's a label situation, something you'd be interested in, or you're trying to stay
Actually,
independent.
the manager is helping me more to do the podcast and
I
the series of
see.
podcasts.
Yeah, yeah.
We're doing the series of podcasts, and we're inviting people from the music industry just
Nice.
um to show, like to talk about the different point of views in the music industry and what actually people can get from it.
Mm,
Especially people that are thinking to start their own career in the music industry.
mm,
But about my music, I'm like, I self-release, I self-produce. I'm thinking about everything right now. But
mm,
hopefully in the future, I'm talking with my manager.
mm.
We can work also on this side, because guys, it's not easy. It's not
Yeah,
easy
definitely.
to think about your music and to think about also the artwork, the video, and everything. It's not easy at
Yeah.
all.
And it's,
Um, it's good because I love to be independent, but until a certain point.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of artwork, earlier you mentioned about like uh in addition to music, you're also into like drawing and stuff. So have
Mhm.
you done some of your artworks yourself, like designed them?
All the artworks have been designed by me.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
also the music video, Freak, the music video.
Yeah.
I hired a photographer slash videographer to take some shots, and I was the
Mm,
one who did the editing and everything.
wow.
I actually wanted to go into the creative director, but I'm still thinking about it, because I
Yeah.
love to be creative and to think about like everything. For me, everything has to be perfect. I know that perfection doesn't exist, but if I
Yeah.
have an idea, I want the idea to come out. Like, I don't want to be half. I don't want it to be half of it. I want it to be full.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
So it's interesting that you sing, you rap, or as you project it, techno poet, and you produce,
Yeah,
and you also
yeah.
audio engineer some of your music as well, like mix and master
Yes,
it,
all my
and you do
music I
your own
mix and master.
artwork, and
Yeah, everything.
you edit your videos. So
Everything,
like, is
everything.
it tiring doing all of this by yourself, or you wouldn't do
Um,
it the other way?
Actually, like, so I try to send some of my mixes to get the
Mm,
master. I try to
yeah,
send some of my mix, some of my project to other producers, just to see how they can actually work on it. But I found it like that they were, I don't know, I think like if I have an idea, as I said before, it has to be that idea.
yeah,
And some of these artists, like producers, were, I'm not saying that they were not mixing it right, but they were going to a totally different area, totally different, like it's difficult to explain, but like especially in
well,
the mixing side. Sorry?
mm, were you trying to bring like a certain aura of the music, and they might like take that
Yes.
away because they don't have.
Yes, exactly. But for the mixing stage, it's difficult because your ears, like
Yeah.
especially if you're producing also the songs and you're recording the songs, so you know the songs perfectly. But your
Mm,
ears are so adapt to listening the same thing over again that you need a break. So that's why it
yeah.
takes me so long to produce and do my things, especially my own music, because if I was producing for other artists, would that be so easy? Like, it takes me a couple of hours just to do the mixing for them, especially if it's trap music, and an
Mm,
hour just to do the mastering, even less to do the master. But for my music, it's different because I'm so used to listening to the same sound, so the same music over and over again, that I
mm,
need breaks, like a break of 2 days, which is really difficult for a producer to not listen back to the track, and
mm.
to wait a couple of days before listening to the track. So you need patience. You need patience, while you're doing this job. and that's why probably it takes me a lot to produce and release my stuff, because I'm a perfectionist. And as I say, perfection doesn't exist, but I want my things to sound good and to be perfect, you know.
I feel you. I feel you. So, like, does being a perfectionist lead into like other avenues in your life? Like, is it just music where you're a perfectionist, or like everything you're quite determined on making it the best as it possibly can be?
Um, everything. Even while I was organizing the show, everything
Yeah.
was supposed to be perfect, you know.
Mm.
I dealt like with a lot of artists that they were giving me a lot of attitude, and a
Yeah.
lot of artists that they were like anxious and they were like running back and forth just because they were supposed to perform, and they were like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. But
Yeah.
I like to take my own time. I
Mm.
focus. I'm like silent. I'm focused.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be silent around me. And even
Mm.
if everything is not silent around me, like I create that space where everything has to be silent. I take my own time to get things and to do it perfectly, you know, even if it
Mm.
doesn't, perfection doesn't exist. But
Nice.
it's on everything, you know, like I like do it well or don't do it at all. That's my motto. Do it well properly or don't do it at all.
That's a fair enough way to think, I guess. Like, because it'll make
Yeah.
sure that everything you do is like high quality.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could like tell us a bit more. You mentioned that the event that I saw you perform at
Mhm.
was like only the first one that you had like organized in London, but before in Italy you had done some events. So I was wondering what the process
Um,
like setting up an event in Italy is, what kind of
yeah,
music you're showcasing.
basically while I was in high school, I used to do
Mm,
like I used to follow the music course, and I was always given like initiative, like let's do like a show, let's do something. And we organized, me and my team, we organized my team of friends, like friends
mm,
from school. We organized the show, which was a success because we had
yeah,
like 900 people. We did the show like
900
twice
people,
or three times, 2,003 times, and the capacity of the venue of the theater was 800 people each.
800. Wow.
Yeah, and that was a success, you know, because people came
Massive.
and they were like, "Oh, we want to see it again. We want to see it again." So we did, I think, 2 times or 3 times. I cannot even remember. But
Yeah.
that was really difficult because,
Mm,
especially, okay, my event in London, the venue, the capacity
mm,
of the venue was 100 people, which was easy. But
yeah.
that time, getting 800 people, getting um someone that controls the audio and everything, it was really difficult, you know,
Mm,
like going back, like having interact with the artists, interact with the actors and everything. It was really,
yeah.
really hard, you know, being the backstage, running back and
Wait, did you
forth,
mention
make.
actors?
Yes, also actors. Yes, I
Wait,
was
how
acting.
many
I
actors
was
involved? Like,
acting.
I see. Oh, oh, could
Yeah.
you tell us a bit more about, as well as you were talking about the organization, but like, can you
Hmm.
tell us more about the concepts of the shows that you planned with these theaters? They sound
So
very grand.
the show was, oh my god, if I remember, okay, the show was about, like, I was doing the bully. Oh my gosh.
Mm,
I was like, why I have to do the bully? But people were like, you have to do the bully. Like, you very good in doing the bully.
mm,
But yeah, it was like the concept was like around school, and we
mm.
wanted to send a message, you know. It's like,
Okay, yeah,
yeah, about bullying, being bully, and how you can get out from this situation, you know. So yeah, like we did that, and that was really, really good. It was really, really good.
nice.
And people, like, sometimes I go back to my school and people be like, because I told you that I was used to represent school, and people, and I have students will be like, oh my gosh, you need to come back, please come back. We need more of this. We need more musical events,
Mm,
because while I was there, as I say, like, I love music, and I was making sure that we had musical events every month, or every like, I was making sure that we were having like musical events while I was there, you know.
yeah,
It was really important for me, like, to have that
so,
break
mm,
from
yeah,
studying all the
crucial,
top things. Yeah.
very crucial. Balance.
Yeah,
So
balance.
you became a bit of like a local celebrity through having big events. right?
Yeah, yeah.
How was that like having a taste of, I don't know what to say, fame, notoriety, or just like people knowing you who you may not know?
Um, Actually, it makes you feel good,
Yeah.
like having people, like even people stopping you in the middle of the road and be like, "Oh my gosh, you are the one," and be like, yes, it's me." And I was really anxious because I was like, "Wow, like I'm not doing anything, so why people?" But if you're good to people, people will be good to you, and people
Oh,
will
so
remember
true,
you
so true.
forever. And I
Yeah.
was trying to give my best. I was putting my heart in doing everything I was doing. And even I still remember, like, in Italy we had a problem about um oh my gosh, how do you say, the conditioner, why they were not working. And
Mm.
so the school was really really cold, and at one
Oh,
point
yeah.
people
Temperature.
used to come with the blankets. And I was
Wow.
like, this cannot go, like, this is not good, this is not right.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
my teacher was like, I trust you. My teacher said to me and my friends, like, I trust you girls, do your own thing, and I
Mm.
will let you do your own thing. So I went outside the room, my classroom, and I started screaming, shouting, going in all the rooms, knocking the doors, and be like, guys, we cannot stay in this situation, so come out and protest. We need to do something about it.
Wow.
And in an hour we had like all the students downstairs that they were
Mm.
protesting about the whole situation, because I was caring about it. I want things to be right, and if you're doing this, people will remember you forever. And that was crucial for me, not for people
Yeah.
to remember me forever, but it was crucial for me to give a positive impact on other people's lives.
I hear you. I hear you. So like what led from the protests? Did like the conditions change in your school?
Uh, yeah. And once they even took my names, the police took my names because,
Really?
yes, yes, but I don't care about it. Like, I'm trying to be that change.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't start, people won't follow you. That's the
Mhm.
thing. Like, people, I don't want to say leader, but people need a leader. People need people to follow. And you
Yeah.
need to be as a good example. I knew it that was a lot of job, but I was trying my best. I did bad stuff. Of course, we all
Yeah.
humans, and it's normal to, like, to do things wrongly, but I try my best. And I'm trying my best right now in music. That's why it's really important for me to do music that is not all focused on, like, having money, beaches, and cars, and all this stuff. For me, it's important to send a proper message out there.
I hear you. I hear you. And
Hmm.
I guess like being an artist, especially an artist, I want to make change in the world. That kind of
Yeah,
spirit is crucial, and you
yeah.
obviously showed that from early on, from
Hmm.
not only like setting up the events and getting like so many people in the theater and having these showcases have a message behind them, but also like
Yeah.
leading protests in your school. Like that's
Yeah.
very admirable. And like
Thank you.
from your music as well, it's got like a rebel energy to it as well. It's like abstract, experimental, like you're not following anyone's rule. It's just making the music
Yeah.
you make.
Yeah, I want other people to do the same. Like, I get, like, after releasing Freak and Counting Up, and starting doing the DJ, and starting doing events around London, I got like so many messages from people that they were like, "Oh, you inspired me a lot
Okay.
to be a DJ. You inspired me a lot to be
Mm.
a producer. Please, can you help me
Wow.
with this?" Like, I don't mind, like, helping people
Mm.
with production, or helping people in being a DJ, or helping people doing
Mm.
their own thing, being an artist. Like, if you come at me and you're humble, I will of course help you 100%.
I feel that. I feel that. So, like coming to the end of the interview,
Yeah.
like I'm just curious, what's next for you, Princess Trium? Like, what do you have planned, like for the near future, which you can tell us about? Like you've talked a little bit already about some plans you have, such as your podcast and releasing more
Yeah.
music. But like, could you go even
um
more in depth from that?
I was talking about earlier before about the podcast called Where's Your Voice?
Where's your
And we choose the name because it's important.
Mm.
Especially we started because we wanted to talk about the music industry, which is formed about 98% by males, especially in the production side, and
Yeah,
2% from
yeah.
females. So I wanted to give the voice to other people to explain what is actually going behind the stage, the backstage, because people all see like music videos, they see Cardi
Mm.
B moving like that, they see like other people doing all this stuff, but they don't actually know what is going on behind um behind the stage, you know. And even the fashion industry, so we're talking also about the fashion industry.
Yeah.
And also I'm starting to work on my new mixtape,
Nice.
but I'm not gonna give too many details. I'm just gonna say that it's gonna be different. It's gonna be like Freak, the the song that I released, and I'm still working on it because I want it actually to be like the sound that I'm looking for. It's a
Mm.
specific sound, you know. I don't want it to be like. What I realize is that if you go, especially if you're a producer, I don't know, are you a producer?
Nah, nah,
Okay.
no,
But if
not
you
at
go
all.
like around and you're looking for pegs or you're looking for sounds, like you're always listening to the same sounds over and over
Mm.
again. And this.
Actually, from an anecdotal story, like I can tell that because my friend produces and he
Mhm.
pulled up a sample. When I was like, "Yo, I've heard this in a song before." Then like 2 days later, I find the song. When I'm just like,
No
"Yo, like
way.
people just using the same shit, right?"
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's what I don't want in my music. Like I
Yeah,
take times to find sounds or to create sounds from scratch because
yeah.
what I'm feeling is like like it's like the world is being on the same conscious level, you know, and I want it to be on a
Mm.
different level, you know.
Raise the consciousness.
Yes, exactly, that's what I'm trying to do.
Uh,
That's why I
this,
don't want the same sound,
yeah.
like the same guitars, the same, like it's like the same thing over and over again.
Mm.
So that's why
Speaking
it's taking me.
about sounds, sorry to interrupt you, but speaking about sounds, I remember on your Instagram you posted like a video of you making a song from like an oven heating up and like recording that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Which
crazy.
was the
That's so
quarantine
yeah.
challenge. It was the
Quarantine
quarantine.
challenge. That's
It
it.
was the
Yeah.
quarantine challenge. Yes. Basically, I recorded sounds from the house, like the rice, bottles of water, the microwave, and I started doing like sampling, and and yes, I was like, okay, let me create a beat, and that's what came out.
uh, that's gnarly. That's gnarly.
Yeah. It's like that's why one of my inspiration is Timbaland.
Mm. Oh yeah, Timberland,
Timbaland,
of course. That
yeah,
makes sense.
Timbaland, yeah, because Timbaland is amazing, you know, like what I really
He
like
brings
is
so
that.
many genres together as well.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. And also that like you can hear that like when you listen to production, you hear
mm,
like, okay, I can tell that that's Drake. I can tell that that is
yeah.
DJ Khaled. I can tell that. But Timbaland, when he came out like with new beats, you'll be like, wow, this is amazing because it's
Mm,
different. Never heard of it, you know. And probably
yeah.
he recorded the whole beat by using his own mouth and doing like all the games that he does,
Crazy.
like
Yeah.
beatboxing, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I really like. When people are at that level of, they have that level of creativity. And also another artist and producer that I really love is Sophie. She does electro music.
Oh, is she kind of like a
Um,
pop singer? Like,
um,
or I
yeah,
might be thinking of someone else.
yeah. And they produce also beats for Charlie XCX. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, they are amazing. That I really love them. And also Arca, Bjork are all my inspiration, you know, because the
Wow.
way they are modeling the sound, oh my gosh,
Mm.
it's really amazing. Like I
Like
don't want to
completely
hear the
leave out of
same.
lane.
Yeah, I don't want to hear the same beat over it. Like all the trap
Mm.
music. Like if I'm now Megan Thee Stallion, I know, do you know Megan Thee Stallion?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, release a song. I can or tell straight away what is gonna be the verse. I can tell straight away what is gonna be the rhythm of the verse. I can tell straight away how it's gonna be the beat, everything. So I don't want to have the feeling. I want people that want to listen to my music to be like, oh, this is something new. This is cool. Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
And I need to be like need to be sure about it. If I'm not sure about it, people cannot be sure about it. If I don't like it, people won't like it, you know. So it's really important to be like secure.
Very true.
Yeah.
So like you've told us like some of the stuff you have planned, some of the stuff you're inspired by. Like
Mm-hmm.
for anybody that's new to your sound and your energy, could you give
Mm-hmm.
us like a few things that we should check you on, like maybe some SoundCloud songs or any songs you're gonna release on Spotify that we should definitely be checking because it will give a good
Um.
representation of your vibe and that.
Okay, so the first song that I'm gonna tell you guys to check is gonna be Freak. There
Freak,
is
yeah.
where everything is gonna be like that is the beginning.
Is
That's the
that one?
alpha, and then you're gonna see the omega, guys.
Is
But
that your
Freak,
favorite song that you recorded out of curiosity? Because I remember you played it, you performed it, I think last one I saw you live.
yeah, it was Break It with Elijah.
Yeah.
The song Break It
That's your
was
newest
more.
track as well?
Sorry.
Break It? Break It's
Yeah,
your
yeah,
new?
yeah. My track. I produced and mix master the track. But that track was more commercial side because I was
Yeah,
studying commercial music. So I was like, I need to do something that's really commercial, poppy, just to
yeah,
like give different vibes to my listeners. But yeah, Freak is my favorite song, if I have to be honest with you. And also Ecstasy is my favorite song because I feel
yeah.
that like when I listen to it, I'll be like, oh gee, like the emotion that you putting on this song is too much, it's on a different level. I'll be like, yeah, this is me. And even my friends, they would say like, oh, when I show them my music, they'll be like,
Mm.
oh, okay. But when I show them Freak, they were like, now I can see the real you, the you
Ah,
that we wanted to see from a lot of time. Yeah.
yeah.
And also
Nice,
because
nice.
it's difficult for me to open up. It's difficult for me to open up with people. So I do that with my music. And if I put
Yeah.
out music like Break It, okay, yeah, there's a message, but it's not gonna be the real me. While Freak is the real me. Yeah.
uh, and to just envy into you is like there are few people you would want to give a shout out to, people you collaborate with or have helped you on your musical journey.
Um. That's a difficult question. But yeah, I want to shout my friend producer, which he supported me a lot. From since where I was in Rome and when I moved to London. His name is X
Mm.
Ginger. You should check him out on SoundCloud. He makes a lot of amazing beats. He easily got a prop, like he was my teacher, and now he's saying that okay, you support the teacher and now you're better than the teacher. I'll be like, yeah, thank you, it was all about you, thank you, G. You
You
really
train, you
helped me a
become the
lot.
master.
Yeah, that's what he says every time. Ginger, and I actually wanna, you know
Mm.
what I realize is that in this life and also with my music is that I am the resume of all the people that I met in my own life. So I'm grateful that I met all the people that I met, guys. Like if you're listening to this interview, I'm grateful. I'm really grateful that I had the opportunity to meet you guys because you really gave me a lot. And it's because of you now I'm Princess Trium.